Welcome to Ellen Road, Yorkshire, where we are under the lights for this Friday night matchup between Leeds and West Ham. Leeds will be looking to build some momentum tonight at home against a West Ham team drastically lacking in confidence. Leeds currently lie in 16th place with 2 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats, but a victory could take them up to a more respectable 13th position, even if it is just for 24 hours. West Ham arrive in deep trouble. Under their new boss, Nuno Espirito Santo, the Hammers are still seeking their first league win of the season and sit perilously near the foot of the table. Their defence has been leaky and, as we said, their confidence low. A defeat tonight would cement their place in the bottom 3, but at the same time, a victory would have the morale-boosting effect of putting them level with the teams outside the relegation zone. Team news, and Leeds make 4 changes to the side that started their disappointing 2-0 Premier League defeat at Burnley last Saturday. Perri starts in goal while Bijol, Okafor and Tanaka come in as Darlow, Struijk, Stach and Aaronson drop to the bench. West Ham make 2 changes to the team that began their equally disappointing 2-0 loss at home to Brentford on Monday. Wan-Bissaka and El Hadji Malik Diouf both start in place of Kyle Walker-Peters and Mateus Fernandes. A biting October chill hangs over Ellen Road as the whistle blows and the game begins. Leeds explode into action. They will be anxious to act on West Ham's defensive frailties from the off. The home side's press is immediate, the kind of front foot energy that Daniel Farke will have demanded. 3 minutes in and a cross from Bogle, which should be cleared by the West Ham defence, but Scarles is beaten to the ball easily by Okafor. The Leeds winger has a free header. Areola gets down to save it, but can't hold it or push it away to safety. The ball drops in front of Todibo, but he doesn't react quickly enough to clear. Goal! Brenden Aaronson pounces. He says, "Thank you very much, Mr. Todibo," and toe pokes the ball past the stranded West Ham keeper. The South stand erupts. There was a quick check for offside with Calvert-Lewin potentially impeding Areola from an offside position, but a quick check confirms the goal. It seems West Ham have learned nothing from their Monday night horror show against Brentford. The game goes on, and some frustration from Ampadu here. He was caught in the face by referee Stuart Atwell, of all people, but because he received treatment for it, he has to come off the pitch. Leeds will be fuming if West Ham can capitalise. And the Hammers do break forward. Oh, what an effort! With Leeds temporarily a man down, West Ham swing across into the mixer. It's headed up rather than out, and Bowen decides to go for the acrobatic effort, which stings the gloves of Perri, who may have been unsighted. He's able, however, to punch clear at the second attempt, as Paqueta tries to poke home the rebound. Leeds would not have been happy with the referee if that had gone in. Better from West Ham, much better. Can they build on that? Leeds have a corner now though, a quarter of an hour into the game. West Ham are going to have to defend, something they seem incapable of doing. Longstaff is going to take the corner. He whips it towards the 6-yard box. Goal! I don't believe it. West Ham have conceded from a set piece again. It's Joe Rodon this time, unchecked by Paqueta. The Welshman rises highest. His header crashes past Areola before the keeper can even flinch. 2-0, and the noise inside Ellen Road is deafening. On the touchline, Nuno Espirito Santo shakes his head. This is the 9th time already this season West Ham have conceded from a corner. Their zonal marking collapses under the simplest of deliveries. There were several claret shirts in and around that area, and the one man in white who attacked the ball is the one who gets there first. Lucas Paqueta won't want to see his marking again there. Leeds now seem in full control. Their press is synchronised, their midfield compact. West Ham can't find rhythm. Every attempt at build-up ends with a loose pass or a heavy touch. Tanaka for Leeds is beginning to boss the central channel. Twice in a minute he starts counter-attacks for them. Okafor continues to torment West Ham down the wing, stretching the Hammers' backline. Leeds look the more cohesive side, a team playing for each other. Oh, this doesn't look good for the Irons. Scarles and West Ham's miserable night worsens when he collides awkwardly with Todibo and signals to the bench that he has to come off. You have to feel sympathy for the young defender. He's been thrown to the wolves, been played out of position, and now it looks like he won't be able to continue. Wilson replaces him, but the disruption only deepens West Ham's confusion. Paqueta is drifting left, searching for involvement. Soucek is dropping too deep, leaving a gaping void between midfield and attack for Leeds to exploit. Another young man finding it tough out there must be Crescencio Summerville, returning to Ellen Road, where he impressed for 4 years. He's being booed by the Leeds fans whenever he's on the ball. More than half an hour in, and it's been one-way traffic. Tanaka is picked out on the edge of the box and acres of space, but he fires over. Shortly after, Okafor is sent down the left wing. His cutback makes its way to Tanaka, who is picking up really good positions. Tanaka looks certain to sweep home, but Kilman manages to get something on it. Every time Leeds come forward now, they look like scoring, exactly like it was on Monday night against Brentford for West Ham. Then, 34 minutes, out of nothing, Paqueta thinks he's pulled one back. Bowen's cross rebounds off Rodon and Paqueta lashes home from close range, but the flag goes up instantly and the offside soon after is confirmed by VAR. It sums up West Ham's half, flashes of promise undone by sloppiness and poor timing. It should, however, act as a warning to Leeds, as bad as West Ham have been, that is, 2 very good chances that the Hammers have had. Then, as if to emphasise that, minutes later Bowen dragged another chance wide. On 42 minutes, Gudmundsson is down after looking in some discomfort for a number of minutes. He appears to have injured himself while trying to block Bowen's earlier shot that went wide. Then Gudmundsson is replaced by Justin. The fourth official raises the board. 13 minutes of stoppage time. This is going to be a marathon first half. Leeds then almost at a third when Okafor curls narrowly wide. Then again when Bogle's shot is saved low by Areola. At the other end, Soucek heads over from a rare corner, but nothing can disguise the gulf in energy between these two teams tonight. And then, finally, the half-time whistle. Leeds 2-0 up, a dominant display from the home side, disciplined, hungry and sharper in every department. Leeds pressed with purpose, defended collectively and punished mistakes. West Ham trudge off into boos, their supporters behind the goal venting fury. The restart offers Nuno Espirito Santo a chance to reset, but he decides to stick with the same 11 that finished the half. Leeds make one change. Harrison comes on for Okafor, adding fresh legs out wide. And so we are underway again. Will Leeds see out this game to victory, or will West Ham finally show some cohesion and fight? The first 5 minutes of the half are pretty abject, though, from both teams. Passes going astray, second balls being lost, and when Todibo misplaces a simple clearance straight into touch, groans turn to laughter from the fans. Leeds then stir themselves once more. Aaronson and Harrison link fluidly, overlapping past a static Wilson. Aronson's cross finds Calvert-Lewin, who improvises a scorpion kick of all things volley that misses the target. Outrageous and unlucky. Tactically, Farke has tightened things up. Leeds fullbacks no longer bombing forward together. Instead, Bogle stays deep while Harrison pushes high, ensuring numerical balance against Bowen's counter-threat. Every Leeds player understands the plan. Keep possession, compress space, and hit the channels when West Ham overcommit. West Ham tried to respond through Paqueta, but his temper lets him down. A shove on Tanaka earns him a yellow card, followed by an extended argument with the referee that Bowen has to break up. Even the captain's patience seems to be wearing thin with his own players, frustration coursing through the entire side. 10 minutes after the restart, Aaronson breaks from deep. He exchanges passes with Longstaff and then unleashes a shot from 22 yards, which strikes the crossbar. Oh, so close for a third from Leeds. I think it took a faint deflection on its way as Areola stood rooted. The sigh from Ellen Road is one of collective disbelief. There was way too much space there for Aaronson to run into. Still, Leeds refuse to drop off. Tanaka's distribution continues to be precise. Longstaff orchestrating calmly. He has been a shrewd buy from Newcastle. Every touch from Aaronson drawing applause now. The crowd, sensing something stirring in this young side, began to sing louder in an effort to pull them home for the victory. We've reached the hour mark and West Ham are having more of the ball, but at the moment Leeds are keeping them at arm's length. The Hammers have not been able to create anything meaningful. On 64 minutes, Nuno makes changes. Off go Soucek and Irving, and on come Dan Potts and Mateus Fernandes. Both academy prospects now being asked to salvage pride. The effect, however, is promising. Fernandes injects energy, pressing Leeds' midfield and sliding clever passes into the channels. One of them releases Wilson, whose cutback forces a scramble in the box before Rodon clears. West Ham are upping the speed of their attacks. Already these substitutions have lifted them a little. Leeds answer with a change of their own. Tanaka off, Gruev on. The tempo of the game is slowing, but Leeds' control remains absolute. Farke gestures calmly from the sideline. Keep it simple, stay compact, he seems to be saying. They are 2 goals up, they don't need to take any unnecessary risks. It's up to West Ham to come at them. West Ham do come forward in spells. Bijol is sloppy and gives it to Wan-Bissaka. He finds Wilson with his cross, but is just behind the striker who can't get enough purchase with his flick. West Ham make more changes. Summerville and Wan-Bissaka off for Walker-Peters and Magasa, a defender and defensive-minded midfielder. Which team is trailing by 2 goals? Or is it just that Nuno doesn't feel he has anything offensively from the bench that can help his team? The match enters its final quarter with Leeds still 2 goals ahead, managing proceedings expertly. Farke shuffles his pack again. Nmecha and Dan James replace Calvert-Lewin and Aaronson. The idea is clear: preserve energy, exploit tired legs on the counter. For West Ham, the tactical picture looks grim. Their shape has become a stretched 4-2-4, midfield abandoned. Paqueta is drifting aimlessly between the lines, Bowen shouting for service that never comes. Rain begins to fall as we approach the 90-minute mark, a case of pathetic fallacy if ever there was one. Just what West Ham fans need on their long journey back home. Farke urges composure from the touchline. Nuno, hands buried in pockets, stares blankly at the pitch. West Ham, now almost out of obligation, come forward again. Bowen, still fighting, whips in a good cross from the right. Goal! Where did that come from? Fernandes goes between defenders to glance a header into the far corner. Perri had no chance. The away end finally finds its voice. Could there be one last twist? There will be 4 minutes of added time. Leeds, though, respond by tightening ranks, dropping into a 4-5-1. Gruev and Longstaff take command, slowing the tempo, breaking up play. Farke barks instructions. Keep it, he shouts every time possession is won. West Ham push forward in desperation. Todibo lofts a diagonal toward Bowen. Perri comes off his line and gathers. Time ticking down. Another hopeful ball forward by West Ham, but another easy catch for Perri. Then Justin fouls Harrison near the corner flag. The clock has passed the 94-minute mark. That should be it, and it is. The final whistle blows, drowned out by the roar of relieved fans around Ellen Road. Leeds 2, West Ham 1, a massive win for Leeds United, earned not just through energy, but through clarity of plan. Daniel Farke's men pressed high when it mattered, dropped deep when needed, and punished West Ham's defensive disarray. Aaronson's early strike set the tempo, Rodon's commanding header built the cushion, and while Fernandes' late goal added tension, it never truly changed the story. Leeds managed the final stages very well, professional, resilient, and emotionally united with their supporters. From a tactical standpoint, Farke's adjustments worked perfectly. Tanaka's disciplined screening nullified Paqueta. Longstaff's set-piece delivery caused constant panic, and Calvert-Lewin's unselfish movement opened lanes for runners behind. When energy dipped, substitutes slotted seamlessly, preserving balance. For West Ham, the picture is bleak. 4 games under Nuno Espirito Santo, still no win. Their defensive line lacks confidence, their midfield cohesion non-existent. Zonal marking failed again, communication vanished under pressure. Bowen battled gamely, Paqueta produced flickers of brilliance but too many tantrums, and Soucek looked drained. Off the ball, the Hammers were passive, pressing in ones and twos rather than as a unit. On it, they were predictable, recycling sideways passes without penetration. The only bright spark was young Mateus Fernandes, whose cameo showed composure beyond his years. For Leeds, the victory means more than 3 points. It restores belief at Ellen Road, lifting them clear of the relegation zone and sending a message that this team can fight, organise and grow. The crowd felt it, the way they sang Aaronson's name, the way they stood for Farke at full time. Ellen Road, you feel, will have a big role to play in Leeds' fortunes this season. As the Leeds players return the love, applauding the fans in the stands, the rain still falling, you can sense a shift, Leeds looking like a team rediscovering its spirit, West Ham a team still searching for theirs. 2 goals, 1 scare, 1 statement. Leeds 2, West Ham 1.